Hey everybody, I'm Jack Schwartzberg from Tone Chasers, and I'm here today with Oliver Wood of the Wood Brothers. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're on the first night of the Puff of Smoke tour.
That's right.
In York, Pennsylvania. So Oliver's going to give us a quick walkthrough through his gear, and I guess we'll start with his acoustic here.
Yeah, so I got, this is an old 1950 Harmony acoustic flat top guitar that's been sort of fixed up and refurbished. I love it.
Yeah.
And of course it gets plugged in, and occasionally we'll play a set or part of our set through a big like bluegrass style condenser in the middle, so that's when the actual acoustic thing comes in.
Yeah.
But so that's my acoustic world is sort of shared between that and this guy, which is a national Tricone resonator, so a whole nother world.
Oh yeah. Any particular songs you got that one playing on?
So that one, this one goes really well with upright when we're playing fully acoustic.
Okay.
So this one doesn't even have a pickup. I just plug it. I just
cool.
don't plug it in.
Yeah.
We just stand in front of a mic.
Yeah.
Whereas everything else has got pickups. So
cool.
So this one we get around the condenser and it works great
That's
for
awesome.
that. So songs like The Muse, when we play them live, songs like The Muse, and lately from our new record, we've been doing Pray God Listens is another one.
Yeah.
So, and so my number one electric.
Yeah, this is one that the fans have seen you with.
I've been playing this the whole time, the Wood Brothers, the 20 years that we've been together.
Yeah.
And this is a mid-60s Guild T100, and it's also called, the nickname is like a Slim Jim, I think is what the Guild factory called it. And it's kind of my favorite guitar, my favorite electric guitar. I play it through a tiny little Silvertone 4-watt cheapo amp.
Yeah.
And then I also split the signal and go into this Alessandro, which is a more modern amp, but it's sort of modeled after a Fender amp, like a somewhere between a Princeton and a Deluxe.
Okay.
And I have pretty minimal on the pedals here. I have like I have a tremolo pedal that's always on.
Always on. Okay. And then do you know what tremolo that is?
It's called a Trelicopter.
Okay.
And I don't know if they make them anymore. I've been trying to find another one. And then I just have various gain stages here. I have just a simple boost. And then I have a overdrive pedal made by Earthquaker. And then I have a MKII fuzz pedal. And sometimes I step on all of them and go full speed. And a tuner, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Cool.
So, vocal mic is a classic SM57.
Okay.
And that's always been the best thing for my voice and the thing that I prefer.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't recognize it because of the
cover on there.
The cover, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And then when you stomp on all of the overdrives at once, I've heard a story about old tighty whities in the Guild. So are you controlling that feedback with anything now, or?
Right. So in the early days, I found when I first got this guitar, it fed back, and so I would stuff underwear in there.
Yeah.
And there would be some like Fruit of the Looms hanging out of there. And at some point, somebody had to work on it, and they pulled them all out, and I was worried it'd mess up my tone. But, but I replaced it with just a little bit of foam in there, and it seems to be okay. So I like it. When I do step on everything and I turn around, I can make it feedback. Some nights better than others.
Yeah,
but,
so very kind of a controlled feedback thing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly.
And then picks? Any preference? Or?
I've always liked these little Tortex. I don't even know what they're called, but they're...
Oh yeah, there's a little.
They're small. They're like jazz size.
Okay.
So, yeah. So these are my jazzer size pickups.
And then strings?
Strings I get from the good people at DR Strings.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And then just gauge, just 10 or 11s?
These are 10s.
Okay.
Yep. And then light strings, standard strings on the acoustics.
Great. Thanks, Oliver. We're going to head over to Chris. Thanks.
All right. Cheers. Thank you.
I'm here with Chris Wood from the Wood Brothers. We're so excited to be here. Thanks for inviting us here. We really appreciate it.
All right. Yeah.
So let's start with this upright here. Just model, where you got it, a little story about it.
So this is, I had an unfortunate year with my upright bass. An airline destroyed it about a year ago. It got fixed, and then another accident happened. So this is actually new to me.
Okay. Cool.
The body is old. It's from like 1890. It's an old German body that was just falling apart in some shop, and so in Nashville, the luthier Randy Hunt put it together with a new neck and stuff. So yeah, this is not the old bass that I always used to play with, but it's getting me by right now.
Cool. And then you're not, and then this is just straight into, you're mixing this with the PA and then the sound on stage, right? Why don't you tell us a little about how you're doing that?
Well, so we have, I have pickups attached to it, right? These are the David Gage Lifeline pickups. Okay. Most people, the normal way that you would use this is you just put one under the foot, under the E string. I use it on both sides. Okay. And the reason is our sound man can then sort of use one for like certain frequencies, use the other for maybe clarity, finger noise,
Yeah, that's great.
Because like, the instrument has like a lot of low end, but then with upright bass, there's a lot of high end, sort of, so it's like you want to find that blend. And so sometimes if he can like create a sound that's good for the high end and a sound separately that's good for the low end, then he has a little more control depending on the room, And then the other reason is if one dies, you got a backup.
You always got a backup.
The show goes on.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. And then you want to move on over to electric?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Want to cover the rig?
Yeah, let's cover the rig. So are you running the upright through any of the pedals, or is that just?
No, my pedal board is mostly a whole bunch of DIs, power, and mute switches.
Okay, nice.
No, there's not like a lot of effects or anything going on, and not for the upright at all. So yeah, so you can hear, and then if I amplify it.
That's great. Yeah, a lot of rumble on stage, which I love. Just kind of.
Yeah, and so like I was telling you earlier, that this there's a microphone on the speaker cabinet, and then we tend to use the speaker cabinet to get that sort of clarity, some of the high end. Yeah. And then he can use the DI through the pickup to add like a lot of the big body stuff in the room.
In front of the house.
So, and then it's just a matter of depending on what the room needs, he has options.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to move over to electric now?
Sure.
And let's talk about this electric here.
This is a Hofner violin bass. If you're familiar with the Beatles and Paul McCartney, he plays one of those, except he plays it like this.
Yeah.
And it's from the late 60s, I think. I'm not sure the exact year based on the pickups, but what's cool about this instrument is it obviously can sound like a bass.
Yeah. Does have a lot of high-end clarity too.
Yeah, almost like a baritone guitar.
Right. Oh wow.
And then, depending on what pickups you use, you can really accentuate that.
So you started on upright, right? Or is that, or did you start on electric?
I started on electric.
Okay, cool.
When I was a kid, but
Right.
then I studied upright a lot.
So is this just kind of a bridge between the two? Because there's a lot of acoustic resonance sound with the Hofner.
Yeah, I mean, when I bought this thing, I picked it up in a store and I never even plugged it in. I just I heard what it sounded like acoustically and I was like, I want this.
Yeah.
And actually in the studio, this thing sounds incredible, not plugged in, but just mic'd. Just a mic right there, and it sounds huge.
Yeah.
You know. And like quick fun fact, if you're familiar with the podcast WTF, that kind of it's a Hofner mic'd.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's Mark Maron's podcast?
Yeah.
Cool. That's very cool.
So it's a great acoustic instrument.
Yeah.
You know, but in this situation, we gotta.
Yeah, you gotta mic it.
You gotta mic it. You gotta put it through an amp. But it's great with a pick. It's great.
Yeah.
It's very versatile.
And is that pedal just changing channels?
So, yeah, this is actually kind of new to me, but it's this is sort of like a hybrid between like an SVT and a Bassman.
Okay.
So you have one channel that's sort of more wired like a Bassman, and then this basically is like a channel with overdrive on it.
Okay.
So you can get like a real more clean.
Yeah, you can get gritty.
Some more fuzziness on it. You know, like a little like amp overdriven sound versus like a full-on fuzz pedal.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Otherwise, that's all I have here is the fuzz and then this.
Oh, nice.
Tremolo.
Yeah. That sounds great. And then what tremolo are you using here?
This is a very boutique-y kind of thing that I picked up, and I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's called the Loma Prieta.
Okay.
God, who makes this? It's like so hip you can't even tell who.
Yeah,
makes
I've never
it.
even seen the.
Yeah, he has this certain logo here, and
Okay.
I just, you know, it's one of these things I just picked up on a. There's this amazing guitar pedal shop in Plymouth, Massachusetts,
Oh, wow.
like of all places.
Yeah.
Right by Plymouth Rock, like
Okay.
down the street, and yeah, this little, and they do a lot of online business, I think,
Okay.
but like their little, you know, actual shop is there in Plymouth.
Yeah, but
Mass.
I'll find it in post and I'll link it down.
Yeah,
below.
please do, because
that-
they're really cool. They're good, and people might be more familiar with their online.
Okay.
So yeah, I forget the name. It was just,
no, I've never
we
seen
happened to
one.
be playing there, and it's like someone told us about it. I'm like, oh my god! It's like, oh, this cool boutique stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a gear guy, so I was lost in there. But the guy who works there is great, and sort of like, check this out, try this.
Cool. And then we just want to. Can we talk about the Fender quickly?
Yeah. This is a '63 P bass, I believe. I've had for a long time. Both of these instruments I've had for a long time.
You said it's a 63.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That sounds great. So when do you gravitate toward this one rather than the Hofner in a Wood Brothers set, for example?
Oh, when would I play
Yeah.
this? Well, that's that's one thing. One reason we got this amp is to try to differentiate it even more, so that like there's a lot of bands that Oliver and I love that are like a 2-guitar band.
Yeah.
You know, so there's certain songs that lend themselves to that where I'm playing like more chordal stuff or double stops.
Right.
And want to like accentuate a little more of that baritone guitar kind of feel from the Hofner that it's great at. And then there's other ones, that just there's a Fender has a certain thump and it just
punch.
hits you in the gut,
Yeah.
punch. And And so it depends on the song. Some songs you want that punch. I mean, the Hofner is incredible low end, but it's more transparent. Yeah. You know, the Fender is more like full in the middle, and it's opaque, the sound. That's why you get the punch.
Right.
The Hofner is a great low end. I love it, and it sounds very pleasant. But yeah, it's different, just the way it hits you.
Yeah, that's
hard to describe, but like,
yeah.
So they're kind of useful for different things. They're also like physically really different. Like the P bass, you know, the strings are big and far apart.
Yeah.
So like after playing the Hofner, this thing's like
it takes a little bit adjustment.
It's like reading a children's book.
Yeah.
Or something. All the letters are really big, and you
yeah.
know. So I really like playing with pick on that. So so it's like kind of makes it even more different. You know what you do on each of these instruments.
And then are you just using Dunlop picks on these? I know that's what Oliver had.
Yeah, I've just ended up kind of gravitating towards this.
The triangular? Yeah.
The triangular yellow.
Uh-huh.
I like it just to have a little bigger, and then I like the idea that it's like, well, if this side gets dull, I just kind of rotate it, and then this side's still sharp. 3 times as long.
That's true.
Money's worth.
Yeah, you do really get your money's worth with triangle things. Thanks, Chris. We really appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We're back here with Jano Ricks of the Wood Brothers, and we have a very interesting setup here I'm stoked to talk about.
All right.
So I guess the first place to start would just be drums, cymbals, and whatever you got over here.
Yeah, well, we do have underneath this a kind of standard drum set exists under here. The bass drum, I will say, is one that I grew up playing. It was my dad's. It was in the basement, so I really love this drum. Also sounds awesome. 68 Slingerland, weird single-headed kit in tangerine satin flame, and a little popcorn snare with some jangles on it. Do you want me to make sounds?
Of course, please. We would love that.
And then my main snare is surprising to a lot of people who are drummers, at least. It's a piccolo. It's like a 90s pearl free floater piccolo snare, odd little drum. This is that Stanton Moore Pandero. That's my only tom. That's like my floor tom.
Okay, nice.
And so, yeah, between those, that gives a nice like doom.
Yeah.
The mic's really close to the head. I can't play it very hard because it just turns into a slap and chokes it out. And yeah, and these 2 snares, it's just like a melodic, a high and a low. So yeah, got a Guiro thing on here, which is great. Another Guiro thing here, which, as you can see, like there's like tambourine jangles and pieces of metal I cut. I like to do things with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got cymbals. This is an old Crash of Doom, which I got to choose at the factory years ago, and it's a very thin one.
Yeah.
You can totally bend the thing.
Super thin, yeah.
It's my favorite cymbal and our engineer's favorite cymbal of all time.
Oh yeah?
If I have one cymbal I'm taking somewhere, it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, giant hi-hats. I know this is like in style now.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not in style anymore. I don't know.
Those are huge hi-hats.
Yeah, but I've just always liked that. And with the Wood Brothers, I can't make anything else work. As hard as these are to come up.
Right. Yeah.
But these are nice because they also have they're not a washy low end mess. They have a nice.
Yeah.
And I like rivet creations in my hi-hats.
Yeah.
And then this guy, Chris Novi at Brass Lasagna, he approached me, and he is so awesome. He makes things mostly from melting down and working with old cymbals.
Oh, nice.
And so we talked about making cowbells and things that had like a washboard or a guira element.
Yeah.
And so this cymbal came into being. But then he also made me a like a stack, like a clap stack.
Okay.
And then this ended up on one cymbal of the clap stack, and another cymbal ended up on the cowbell. And
so, nice.
Yeah, so I like this just for how it goes with the cowbell as I hit the cowbell.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, little rattle. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that takes you around the kit.
Yeah. I don't know if you touched on your ride.
I didn't. Oh, this guy in Cincinnati makes these.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say his name wrong, but it's XILXO.
Okay.
And he makes his own cymbals, and he has this cymbal shop. You just walk into this one room, and it's just floor-to-ceiling cymbals. And yeah, if I'm remembering right, it's in Cincinnati, and awesome guy. And this was just a beautiful ride. It's just a ride cymbal.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that takes us
to this.
Yeah. I'm stoked to talk about this. So this will be the first drummer that we've interviewed that plays keyboard with one hand, as you can imagine.
Right.
So yeah, I guess we can start with the two keyboards and then how you're running these pedals into each of them.
Yeah. This was never meant to be. I never meant to play these two things at once, but
okay.
I just started playing keyboards parts on Wood Brothers records like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, maybe I could play, on this one song, I could play a thing, and then it's just turned into this monster, where now it's like we record with me doing both at once.
Really?
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
No matter how much I protest and would like to be able to have both my limbs.
Yeah.
What's cool is I am unable, it's the limitation that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm unable to play a lot of crap on either instrument. And so it becomes kind of one thing with less notes. And I have to figure out problems, how to get around problems with that. So so we got a Rhodes going through a PV Classic 30, old PV Classic 30, which is my favorite amp to date. We've tried so many. We were using an old Champ for a while, but actually I got the volume, the bass rolled down. But yeah, it's got a nice low end. Yeah, so it breaks up, as you can hear, a little bit.
Yeah. And that's just the nature of the PV?
That's the nature of the PV. That's just straight. I am going through this strange pedal I got through Tom Cusimano, thank you, at Korg.
Yeah.
They don't make it anymore, but it's new tube, that new tube technology.
Yeah.
So it's running through this actual tube thing. Anyway, but that's not doing much. That's some harmonics. I also have an Earthquaker Hoof Reaper, and that's for like...
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I use that. And then the synth is it's an analog polysynth made by Arturia, Polybrute. And I just love making sounds. And also, since I only have one hand, I can just touch this ribbon controller and just go from like...
Oh, wow.
And,
that's great.
And that goes through the color box, which I boost a lot of mids and let it distort. And as it also probably lets me bend notes with one hand.
Oh, nice.
So,
that's great.
But
yeah, we were listening to you at soundcheck, and we were like, "How we know you play with one hand? How is he bending? Because you can't use the other hand with a pitch wheel or something."
Yeah,
that's super interesting.
So, yeah, and then an old, Memory Man. Not that old actually, but that I can play on the fly too.
Cool, and then you have that just run to an expression pedal that you can...
Yeah, a little expression slider that I can do with my hands. So,
nice.
Yeah, just like...
That's killer.
Yeah,
cool.
EQ. Gate, because this is so noisy because I'm cranking it.
Yeah, and that's always on.
That's always on, and that's running through an Alessandro.
Okay.
A fancy, beautiful new amp.
Yeah, that looks great. We'll take some pictures of that in the back.
And then, because the new record, I play a lot of Hammond B3 organ. This is
nice.
a Viscount from Italy. Is my favorite version I've heard of someone making a box that does this. And that's just going through an old Blues Junior, one of Oliver's old Blues Juniors.
Oh, cool.
And this triggers it. So at any point, I can also combine these things.
And then you can control that with the ribbon too.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, that was a super interesting setup. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.